Welcome, Manish. Welcome to the talk show. Thank you for taking out some time to speak with me today. And before we move forward, could you please briefly introduce yourself to the audience?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Manish Sharma, and I'm the CEO and CMO for Rezolve.ai. It's a innovative AI company in the space of enterprise service management.
Okay, that sounds interesting. And where are you guys located?
So we are located everywhere and in homes, right? Just like all
Yeah.
other companies, we are working from home, but we are a San Ramon, California headquartered company.
Okay,
Um, but we are truly, global. We have people in Canada, people in US, we have in Mexico, and we have people in other places as well.
that's great. That's amazing. What motivated you to start this company?
Well, why do people climb a mountain? Because it is there, right?
Yeah.
So if I can say something similar, enterprise friction, right? We like to use a term called enterprise friction is real. Now, what is enterprise friction? Enterprise friction means employees not able to do what they want to do or losing productivity because there are things that should be easier to be done, they are more difficult. And our aim is to provide phenomenal employee support and phenomenal employee enablement and empowerment through the latest tools and technology that are available. And that's why we started this company.
Okay, that's interesting. And so, where did you go to school and what was your major?
So I started out in a small town in India, and had a beautiful school in a very nice, you know, very beautiful place, hilly place. And then after schooling, I went to a business school called IM Bangalore, Indian Institute of Management Bangalore, which is similar to Ivy Leagues of US for the lack of a better comparison. Actually, that is where I met two of the other co-founders of our company, Rezolve.ai, and they're very close and dear friends of mine. And
Mhm.
that's where the three of us, kind of started talking about this idea. Now, you asked me about my schooling, and in the Institute of Management, I did my MBA, and I majored in marketing.
Oh, that's great. Where did you do your bachelor's from?
I did my bachelor's from BIT Jhansi. It's engineering college in UP, in
Oh,
India.
okay, that's nice. Did the entrepreneur life chose you, or did you choose it?
I think it chooses you, right?
Mhm.
If you have the bug, then you have the bug. Then, it's for better or for worse. You have the bug. You got to address the bug,
That's
and
true.
then you go for it.
Hmm. Great. So, for newcomers, what, according to you, is like a basic skill set which a person should have to start a business?
So, you know, you have to have a vision of solving a problem, right? I mean, there should be a problem that you see, and you should have a vision of how you're going to solve that problem. The problem can be anything, right?
Hmm.
Every day we come across thousands of problems that we wish we could do something better about. So you can pick your space, some space that you're passionate about,
Hmm.
and if you have a point of view on how to solve that problem, and then you can execute on the vision, then I think those are two things. You need a vision, but vision alone is not going to do it. Then you
That's
need
true.
ability to execute, and ability to execute has a lot of things in it. There are a lot of sub bullets there. We don't have to go into all of them, but broadly speaking, these two things are important.
Okay. So again, for newcomers who are just, starting out, how difficult would you say is it for them to start a business in 2021, especially given the pandemic situation?
Well, um, I think starting a business, it doesn't matter which time you do it, to be honest, to some extent. because people can find opportunities in any area that you are in, right?
Hmm.
So because of pandemic, it has created actually new opportunities for a lot of people. Just I'll give you an example. Think of all the companies in the world, all the grocery shops in the world who suddenly have to become online. Right now they
Yeah,
need us, they need to somehow you know, sell to you online. You should be able to order online, even to a smaller one. I'm not talking the big guys, but the small one. Think of the supply chains demands, think of the customer relationship. Don't you think that's a huge big area? And once this opens up, do you think people are really going to go to all so good times or bad times, there are opportunities. And you know, opportunities means that people can start businesses to solve those problems.
yeah, definitely. And it's a big change for all the people, doing business physically and then slowly and steadily shifting their businesses online. The payments are being done online. Even when people go to Tim Hortons, they say try not to use cash, try to use cards and all of that. So yeah, I definitely agree. Like it does definitely create a lot of opportunities. So when you were starting Resolve AI, what were some of the hurdles or what were some of the difficulties that you faced during that time?
um, you know, in any work in the
Mhm.
beginning, right, the first few path and steps that will take will be the most difficult, right? And then
Yeah,
things keep getting easier. I'm sure, and we are nobody compared to Jeff Bezos, but I'm sure he must have his first some milestone, first million customers, and first,
yeah,
whatever it might be, might have been the most challenging. I'm speculating here. He can confirm it if he wants to, but I'm sure that will be, that must have been the most difficult one, because you are
definitely.
trying to piece together a lot of things, like I said, from the vision that you had. You're
Hmm.
trying piece those together, pieces together. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So we, just like anyone else, we also went through that.
Hmm.
And it is not that the growing pains will go away. They reduce, the problems become different, maybe solvable by different means. It's always a challenge, but
Hmm.
you can, as long as you're a problem solver, you can find the solution to the problem. Of course, with the right employees, right, and we have some fantastic employees world over. All the hurdles look a little bit smaller, right? So that we have an amazing team which helps us cross these hurdles every single day, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. Definitely. And what were some of your monumental successes while going along this way?
Well, your successes always are your personal relationships and your friends.
Yeah,
I
that is true.
I I I think it will be too it's odd to just attribute your business successes as the as the huge success.
Hmm.
Having said that,
Yeah,
I treat Rezolve.ai just like my kid, right, my
yeah,
baby. uh, and therefore, as this Rezolve.ai grows and goes through the different phases of childhood and then
yeah,
early adulthood and so on and so forth, that's the that's part of the successes, just like my kids and my friends and personal relationships that I have.
definitely. That's true. And that's a really nice comparison that you did there. I've never seen do a comparison like that before. So apart from work, what do you do when you're not working?
Well, I am a sci-fi fan,
Okay.
so if I'm not working and I'm not spending time with my kids and my family, um, then I'm watching sci-fi,
Okay.
especially in winter when you cannot go and
Mhm.
out play something and do something yourself.
Yeah.
uh, so
Yeah, definitely. That's, I mean, most of the people I believe are doing Netflix and, just relaxing at their homes these days. Could you share an important lesson that you learned from life?
um, You're asking heavy questions.
It's okay. It could be anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think um, being kind to people is very important.
Oh, that's true.
Um, so, I don't want this to be entirely about business. The way I believe your life should not be entirely about business and job. I think people are important and
Mhm.
relationships are important, and being kind is very important. So, I think it goes a long way.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And it's surprising that you mentioned that. I recently wrote an article about like using emotional intelligence and empathy in your project management and your day-to-day lives to succeed in your business. So I strongly agree with you on that point. Like most people, they while doing businesses, they forget kindness and empathy. So it's really important to emphasize on that. That's nice. Okay, and what keeps you moving forward in life?
Well, that's what life is, isn't it? Like, I mean, if all of us find an option, then that's a separate thing. But I don't think there's an option. There are things to be achieved every day. You wake up, there are battle to be fought and things to be achieved, and so I just don't know what the alternative is. Maybe there is, but I don't know it.
Okay. Um, what's your favorite book and why?
Well, I love I love the book. There are two books that I really like. One is War and Peace, of course. It's beautifully written. Russian authors, they're amazing.
Okay.
They go through this short stories, right from short stories to War and Peace. That's amazing, pretty amazing.
Hmm.
So War and Peace is one. The other one, I'm a history buff too. So the Rise and Fall of Roman Empire is a very interesting book.
Okay. Um, so what's the best and worst part of running a company?
Well, you are responsible for the people in the company who work together. You're responsible for taking the company to a success, right? There's vision to execution. You are probably the one who has the complete picture, so everyone depends on you to help that conversion, right? Because there's one part of the company who works very well but the other doesn't, then again you will not reach there, and all of them are looking for it. So that's the best part. I think ability to also move the ship in the direction you want it to move, right? So it's both responsibility and tough part, but I think
Mhm.
those are the best parts.
That's true. Do you have a pledge for 2021? Yeah.
Did you mean to ask, did you had uh, because we are already in February, so
Yeah,
whoever
I
had
know.
something, so I have something about better email management, but we'll see how
Okay.
that.
That's an interesting pledge. Uh-huh.
People
Okay.
who know me, they will say they are very appreciative of my pledge, but
Mhm.
we'll see how far out it goes.
Okay. So we have reached the short rapid fire section of this interview.
Go
So
for it.
I'm going to ask you short questions. Try to keep your answers short as well. And if you come across any question that you don't want to answer, just say skip and I'll move on to the next one. Okay, so the first one is, are you an iPhone or Android person?
Android,
Okay. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
check my phone.
Okay. Three things no one knows about you.
Skip.
Okay. What's the craziest thing someone has done for you?
Excuse me. Let
Mhm.
me get this out of the way. I apologize.
That's okay.
Sorry. What was the rapid fire question that you had?
What's the craziest thing someone has done for you?
Has done for me?
Yeah.
A lot of people have done a lot of things for me. So, I mean, difficult to identify three things, but a lot of people, you are wherever you are because of others. So,
Hmm, that's true. Okay, what's the one thing that you would like to change about yourself?
I can lose a few pounds,
Okay.
or develop an app,
Uh-huh.
6 pack. That either one will work.
Okay. What's your spirit animal?
Spirit animal.
Hmm.
Now this is a rapid fire question.
Yeah.
I should have one.
Uh-huh. Or maybe a favorite animal.
Favorite animal.
Hmm.
I mean, dogs, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Um, a rumor about you that you wish were true.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I no.
No? Or
Flip that.
maybe like if I can rephrase, would you like to start a rumor about yourself that you wanted to be true?
That's Satya Nadella and me talk often about a strategy.
Okay. What's the easiest way to piss you off?
It's not easy.
Hmm.
You have to work on it a little bit, so it's not easy.
Okay, that's a good thing. Um, what's the one thing that you own that you wish you didn't?
Gray hair?
Okay.
Oh, it can be read both ways. So no, no, no. I still want hair. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but not gray hair.
Uh-huh. Okay. Um, what's the one thing that you're most afraid of?
Um, Being unorganized and not being able to do everything that you plan in the beginning of the day. That
Hmm.
is the thing that I'm and not being able to finish that, and it happens every day. By the way, it comes true every day, no matter how much you do. But that's the thing that really bites me.
Hmm. Okay. What's the most interesting thing that you have in your purse or wallet?
Uh, uh, Nothing very interesting,
Nothing
honestly.
crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's some
Uh-huh.
usually stuff.
Hmm. According to you, what technology will transform the future?
Clearly, AI.
Okay. Any like specific AI or AI in general?
No, I mean AI of all kinds.
Uh-huh.
It is already having a very significant impact on all of us. Um, Now you can go and drill, for example, you can say physics and quantum computing, for example, or you can say, which are different technologies. They're not really AI, but in the short run, you are going to see AI's impact the most significant.
Definitely. Okay, so now you have to rate yourself from 1 to 10 on the following, and 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. First one is quick learner.
Uh, One, which was the highest?
10 was the highest.
No, I already answered. I'm not a quick learner. So
Okay.
it's because I asked that again, that means I'm only at 6 or 7.
Okay. Number two is book enthusiast.
4.
Mhm. Okay, as a leader,
As a leader, what?
just rate yourself
Oh,
how
how do
good
you
you
rate
are.
it?
Yeah.
I would put myself at a 7, maybe.
Okay. And as a COO and CMO.
Again, around 7.
Okay. As a friend.
Uh, Definitely an 8 or a 9.
Okay. And as a father.
I can rate myself as a father. My kids can.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so with that, we have reached the end of the interview. And before you leave us, I just have one thing to ask. Like, could you think of three other people who own businesses and who might be interested in doing an interview with me?
sure, I might be able to provide some information offline about them.
Sure, absolutely. You don't have to provide now. You can contact me, email anytime. Okay, great. So with that, we have reached the end of the interview, and thank you, Manish. Thank you for taking out some time to do this interview with me today, and thank you for sharing information about yourself, your company, about your past and glimpses of your past, which people might not know and might come to know after watching this interview. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, and you're doing some very innovative stuff. I really like how you are, um, connecting to various C-level executives using
Mhm.
what you're doing. It's amazing. Good job. Keep doing
Thank
it.
you so much. Thank you so much, Manish. Take care. Bye.